Steed, how are you?
Yeah. Good to see you, bro. Long time, man.
You too, brother. Come in. Guys, welcome to Boxing Coaching. Today we've got Steed Woodall.
So Steed, obviously I'd just like to ask you, like, what got you into boxing? Obviously, what age did you start boxing as well?
So I started messing around with it when I was about 11 or 12 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't take it serious till I was about, I had my first fight when I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
There's a few reasons why I got into it, really. My mum sort of seen that I was a bit of
a rebel.
Yeah, a bit of a rebel, you could say that.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, outside of the ring, me and my brother started to get mixed in with the wrong crowd, and we were going. A lot of people don't know this actually. You know, getting into a lot of fights in the street, and just getting in with the wrong crowd. Really.
A lot of boxers do that. A lot of boxers, when they start boxing, a lot of them, you know, start to get into fights, or some of them are not in school, so the parents send them to a boxing gym, so the energy goes out in there. Do you know what I mean? So obviously. No,
absolutely. And then it just got really bad. Basically, we had a lot of older friends. We got jumped a few times. We got points after, so my brother broke his jaw, broke his eye. I was beat up quite bad. So I had to drop out of school actually for almost a year. That's when I started to train twice a day. I went down to Richie Woodall's gym.
Okay. Where was that in? Richie Woodall's gym?
I was in Aston.
I was in Aston.
So it was actually his dad, Lenny Woodall, that sort of took us on.
Yeah.
And then he introduced me to Paul Coonahan, who was obviously the East Side's coach.
It's known as Soggy.
Big Soggy.
Yeah. And you went from there. So what was it like when you first went into a gym? Obviously, because what was your experience? How did you find it?
It was humbling actually, because obviously we thought we were like these tough kids or whatever, in school and stuff. And
of course.
I went down there, and it wasn't even a gym at the time. It was just the four trainers and their sons. It was Paul Coonahan, Antonio. It was Lewis Brown. He was his dad was a coach, Class.
That's Clarence, yeah.
Paul Gibbs, he had his two sons, Tiana Corey. And Glenn had Francis Bennett.
Francis,
I got there.
You had some quite good lads, didn't you?
So when I got there, obviously I had no boxing experience. And again, those guys were jabbing my head off. They're already on the England squad and going through the thing. And it was humbling to get in there and really be shown about boxing, and that gave me that discipline and
100%.
Calm me down and stuff like that.
A lot of people don't know that you had a fantastic amateur pedigree, especially as a junior, obviously going to youth, and obviously you turned quite at an early age. But just tell us a bit more about your amateur pedigree, because not many people know how good an amateur you actually was. So tell us a bit more about amateur.
So it all came around fast, really. I had I think it was 3 fights for Eastside on home shows.
Okay.
And then the championships are coming up, the open class championships, and I remember having a chat to Soggy one day, and he said, I'm going to put you in. And he said, I said, you sure about this? And he was like, yeah, no, you're good enough to win them, and I'll never forget that day. So he put me in, and it was guys that had 20 odd fights and whatnot, and I just went through it. I had I think 10 fights, and I was national champion. And already boxed for England, so I won the open class championships, and I could still then go into the novice championships under 10 fights, because I had 10. So that's just how the ball got rolling, really.
I mean, what about, obviously you turned pro, obviously 18 and stuff. Tell us what made you turn pro. Why didn't you think of going to the GB route and stuff? Going to the Olympics?
It almost happened. I mean, in fact, I wouldn't have turned pro if I was given the opportunity. I won 5 national titles, won the British Championships twice, won the Haringey Box Cup. That was across 3 different weight divisions. And I was assessed as a senior from the age of, I think it was just before my 16th birthday, I was being assessed.
Okay.
And I just wasn't given a spot, basically. And when I was 18, I fought in the World Championships. Just prior to that, I had a win over the world number 2.
Fantastic,
Had a close decision to the eventual world champion. I felt I won. The GB coaches felt I won.
I mean, obviously, when you went into the world championships, I mean, you had quite a good stable. I think you had Hughie Fury, is it? Hughie Fury, who's obviously a successful pro now. He ain't won a world title, but he's a very big name. You had guys like that in there, and they're of course doing well in the pros. So, I mean, what are you looking to obviously accomplish? What you're doing in your professional career and aspects of that?
No, I mean it was a good squad that year. The lads that were on the team, you had Josh Kelly, Ted Cheeseman, Hugh Fury. Yeah. There was a couple of the lads that good top prospects.
Good top prospects, and some of them are doing well now. And obviously, I mean, I'll be quite honest with you in terms of obviously I'm around Birmingham, so I know about yourself. I mean, as an amateur, I think he was outstanding. I think one of the best amateurs, in my opinion, in Birmingham. The way he's winning national titles, the way he's stopping people, and then not many people know you went to turn pro and you went to America, and you were sparring top people like was it Jermaine Charlo you sparred?
Jamal Charlo.
Charlo, you sparred him, and then you sparred, was it Anthony Durrell as well?
Andre Durrell, there's many champions and contenders that I've been in with in terms of world champions and different.
How did you find going to America, obviously turning pro at 18, leaving home, going over there? How did you find that?
It was again, it was just humbling, from my background, my family. I don't come from money or anything like that, so I never really would have had the opportunity to see those parts of the world and meet those people. So to go there and leave my family behind, and it was just a surreal experience. I never imagined that I'd be making my pro debut on my own. No one in the arena, not one friend. I barely knew the coach, barely knew the manager. So it was a surreal moment for me, but I'm really happy I've done it.
100%. So now that you're back to England, what you're looking to do? You're looking to obviously you're with Frank Warren now, I believe. Yeah,
just signed with Frank Warren, Dean White as well. Yeah. So I've known about it for a while actually. What's going on? It's just been a while to actually get the ball rolling, and I'm still waiting on a fight date.
Obviously, whilst doing this, obviously got Corona that's came out, which wasn't expected. Do you know what I mean? So that's obviously held you back a bit. So how old are you now? Sorry.
I'm 26 now.
You're 26, so you're still fairly young. Obviously, you've got great experience. So at the end of the day, you just got to stay patient. I really think the talent will come out itself. Do you know what I mean? I mean, in my opinion, obviously, with your amateur pedigree and stuff, you've got a lot of experience there. So it's not about you having to have fight to get experience. You already got the experience there. So just going to move on to some bag weight now and see what you're like. Let's go. So Steve, for the viewers that obviously are just trying to get into boxing and begin boxing, what's the best way do you reckon to start bag work?
Alright, so first you load up on your biggest right hand. Of course.
And then run.
Yeah, that's it. Run fast. Yeah. No, so obviously establish the basics. Never get ahead of yourself. People fall into the trap of seeing these videos online.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people saying, a lot of people. They look at Mayweather and stuff, and then they're like this.
Yeah, exactly.
All that's all of it. Do you know what I mean? It's all about the basics, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think Britain as a whole does very well in amateur boxing because they've kind of got that European sort of upright, high hand, that guard. I didn't naturally take to that, and I thought I was more taken to sort of the American style myself. But definitely you learn the basics. I remember Sagi saying to me one day, he said, we treat it as A, B, and C. A is your head movement, B is your hands, and C is your feet. At least two of them have got to be moving at the same time. So that's obviously your offense, your defense with your head, and then your defense with your feet. But before all of that, you want to get your basics, your balance right, nice and upright to the ceiling. Learn the basics, correctly, punching correctly before you start adding angles and head movement. 100%. Punching correctly.
It's like you just said about saying ABC. I say to a lot of people that are trained now, it's in 3 orders. You box in, first comes your brain, because obviously your brain tells you where to stand, where your feet to be. Then comes your feet, and then comes your hands. Because even if you punch a defenseless person, they'll flinch and they'll know how to punch. So obviously your brain comes first, because I think you got to tell you how to position yourself, your feet in range. Then your feet come. If your feet are there, you can land the shot. If your feet are not there, you can go out the way. Does it make sense? So it's the same kind of way.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, as an amateur, obviously, because you're doing 3 rounds in sort of high pace, how do you choose the bag work then? Because obviously, you're more like, and obviously, when you turn pro, it's more like different kind of pace, aren't you?
Yeah. So, typically, like the teach down at the GB boxing as well, is that sort of the back foot boxing. But by that, I don't mean going backwards. I mean just drop that sense of range. You're dropping out of range instead of like jumpy movements in and out. So if you're working at a high work rate, you still want to be in range, but able to drop out of range as well.
What's your favourite shot that you like to use in the bag?
It's hard to say.
You're fast on the bags, man. I've seen some videos on your Instagram. You're like so quick, like absolutely fast.
To change it up, really. Either.
Do I look good on the camera then, yeah?
So, but body punching is a big thing that I've implemented into my style since turning pro. Then that's a big thing that's the difference between amateur boxing and pro.
You like, I mean, I'm sure you got a few stoppages to the body, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember one lad that you fought in America. I think you caught him the right hook to the body.
Yeah.
But you set it up. How did you set that shot? How would you set that shot up?
There's a few. I tell you what, there's a few guys that I fought. I was hitting them with the best shots ever to the face.
Yeah.
To the head, clean shots, my best punches, and they were just taking it. Guys like that, the only way to get them out of there is the body shots. You know, and that doesn't just mean clean body shots. I mean, everywhere's a target on the body. You got to beat guys down. Sometimes you got to hit them in the ribs, hit them in the shoulders. Hit them in the chest even. Just to start breaking guys down.
You say you got to hide your shots. I mean, how would you hide that shot coming? Obviously, the jabs is the most important punch. Obviously,
absolutely, yeah.
So would you like to set up after the jab, and then maybe like some people like to tap up there upstairs to keep the mind occupied upstairs, and then boom, then they drop.
Yeah. So again, the jab is definitely the most important punch.
Yeah.
It's about being mentally one step ahead of your opponent. So it could be anything from your feints. Sometimes you want to be, if you jab to the body and then you're tricking your opponent to making them think, okay, I'm after the body now. I'm after the body. So sometimes I might even look at your body, as I'm punching. And I'm tricking them. I'm making them think, okay, I'm going to go to the body. What I'm doing is, I might go down there once or twice, but I'll go down and feint and come over the top.
Nice.
It's all about thinking ahead, outthinking your opponent.
Wicked. I mean, can we get you for good 20-30 seconds of the bag just to see obviously how you're on the bag? Do you know what I mean? See if you're still sharp, mate.
So you want to vary your jab. You can have an up jab from low to high. A drop jab, what I call high guard. So you're pulling that.
So show us how you set up the left hook to the body. How would you set up the left hook to the body?
So there's a few ways you can either go from touching up top to the body. First one that I like to do is I'll draw the right hand, so I'll keep my left hand a little bit lower. And again, something that you'll get over time. Don't just go doing it straight away. So you're almost giving them the right hand, and as soon as it comes, I either slip or step across. I'll open the body shot there, and from there, we'll come on top from there as well.
You hear that? So we're going to do some pad work now in the ring. So okay, let's start doing some pads now with Steed. So let you viewers see what it's about, yeah? Okay. Jab. 1, 2. Jab. Okay, so we're going to do jab, block, left hook to the body actually, yeah? Again. Jab first. One more time. Good job. Let's go again. Jab. 1, 2. Beautiful. So Steve, in terms of your professional career now, I mean, what weight are you fighting at? Is it middleweight?
I was middleweight. I'm going to super middleweight now.
You're going super middleweight?
I'm back in the UK.
Okay, so what have you got what kind of level do you want to step to? I mean, like, you're looking to get to mid-level. To be honest with you, I mean, you'd want to go to the British first, wouldn't you?
Ideally, yeah. I mean, obviously, we've got to knock the rust off, get back in there. It's whatever opportunities come our way now. So it comes up, I'm taking it.
Taking it, 100%.
But obviously, it's down to my management team and my trainer as well. So
100%.
Let's have a check.
Let's go on. Jab. Jab. 1, 2. 1, 2, step out backhand. Beautiful. Finish your left to the body after that. And again. Jab. Okay, so I'm going to do a slow jab. Slow left uppercut. Step 2 across and back and left to the body. Yeah? Slow. One more time. Lovely. One more time. Lovely. Jab. 1, 2. 1, 2, roll and left to the body. So 1, 2, roll, boom to the body. Yeah? Let's go.
So 1, 2. 1 punch.
Yeah. Do the bottom of the top after that. So go slowly. Slowly. So, you've got your eyes on at the moment in Britain?
As I said, it's the case of knocking the rust off whoever's got the titles at the time.
Who's at the titles, yeah?
So,
anyone that you've got your eyes on?
honestly,
stars make fights. I mean, obviously, as a fighter, you'd fight anybody out there.
that's the thing, yeah. So, honestly, I haven't ruled anyone off the list. I put anyone on the list. So.
Yeah.
Whichever fights come my way, you know what I mean?
Okay, so we're going to start. What we're going to do now is you're going to give me your hardest punches on here, and we're going to see if Mr. Woodall can stop me, yeah? Okay? So he's got 20 seconds to drop me, yeah? 20 seconds, yeah? Fuck me. Okay, let's go. Count. 1, 2. Someone get me a McDonald's, mate. Nice one. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Steed. Obviously, definitely 100% someone to keep your eyes on. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and thank you for watching. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.